Hi everyone, welcome back to Shiny Bright Doggo. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Laura, and Janine, my fiance, and I like to go out to estate sales, flea markets, thrift stores in the search and hopes for vintage holiday stuff that I have behind me. We've been collecting for a few years, and one of my favorite ways to find vintage items, especially in the Northeast it seems, are estate sales. We have really good luck at them if we can find good ones. It's been a while since there's been a really good estate sale in our area, but this weekend I really lucked out on two different estate sales. So I'm gonna take you along and show you what I got. And I gotta get better at charging the GoPro. I'm just so used to filming on the phone. So when you look at this footage, it's not everything that I actually got. You'll have to stick around to the end to see what I actually purchased. The first estate sale was an interesting one, guys. I went on estatesales.net, which is where we go to find our estate sales, and I found this listing and I was a little confused because it said that there was a private listing, meaning that there was no estate sale company attached to the sale. But everything looked very old, and it's very, I'd say, rare for an estate sale to be held by a family in this area and also be older stuff. Usually an estate sale company is facilitating the sale, but we're gonna jump into that estate sale, and then later in the day, a little bit after, I go to a second estate sale. I was pretty early to that sale and I got some good stuff there as well. So get ready to see me go to my favorite places, which are estate sales, to source and look for vintage holiday, mostly for keeps and some for resale. Hey guys, editing Laura here. Okay, I promise we're getting into the house soon, but I wanted to say I showed up to the sale at like 6:50. The sale didn't start until 8. The homeowners were there and it ended up being a family-run estate sale. And I explained to the couple that, usually people will write lists to save their place in line and stay there until the sale opens. And this woman was like, do you want to just come in now and look? And it's totally fine. I was like, are you sure? So I got to go into the house by myself, no other competition, nobody else was there, and look through this amazing home by myself. It was great. It was incredible. So here I am. I'm the only one in the home, and I am immediately drawn to the pail, but I spotted these die cuts, and that cat, guys, that is an older die cut. I was really overwhelmed at this point that there was more than what I even saw in the pictures. Then I peek over to the drawer because this is the ceramic that I had my eyes on, and I was so excited to have gotten it. I'm going back to look through the die cuts, and I leave the Thanksgiving ones behind just because we have a lot of them and they are not great, fantastic resellers. So I pick up the Halloween ones, and of course I'm going to go back for that jack-o'-lantern. This is a new to us jack-o'-lantern, a new pumpkin pail. We could not leave it behind. On the dresser, I spot a set of Thanksgiving girlies, and I'm looking them over. I do notice that the girls are missing their eyes, but it's actually a really easy and quick fix with some paint. So I do end up picking those up. And also, guys, there was two rooms. This first room had a full Christmas tree with some really beautiful ornaments, and then I turn around and I spot these knee huggers. I had no idea these were here. This was so exciting. Look at their cute little faces. I had to take those, of course. I mean, this was amazing that this whole tree was here. I did end up taking some ornaments. You guys are going to have to stick around to see which ones I picked up. They were just in great condition. I look around the back of the tree again just to make sure nothing's hiding. And there was actually another friend up there. Actually, two hiding. So I took these down and I put those in the bag. These are from the mid-century, right from the 50s and 60s, made in Japan. Really collectible. If you guys are collectors, I'm sure you know, and if you're resellers, definitely something to look out for. This was the second Christmas room. I immediately spotted these tablecloths that were on the floor. These are also older, from the 60s and 70s, only marked $1. I turned around and there's a whole shelf here, and I spotted a Rosbro. This is a candy container from the mid-century, and you'll see, guys, he still has his pipe. There's also a Santa mug. Great pickup right there. And yeah, finding the Rosbro snowmen with their pipes on is getting harder and harder to find. They're usually broken off. So this room was filled with more holiday goodies, including this Santa die cut. It was fantastic. Definitely older, from the 50s. I loved it. And then I could not believe this is my first time finding a paper mache snowman in the wild. That is from it could even be the 40s. It's definitely an older piece. They had a ceramic Christmas tree for $10, which is quite a steal, a bargain for sure, but I left it behind for somebody else because I was picking up so many pieces. Some older Disney pieces there. I left those behind, but I did spot this box of different hangings and tree trimmings. I love this type of stuff for the graphics and the packaging alone. I have a small collection that I'm always looking to add to. It's just fantastic that people have, saved these packages over the years and just kept them stowed away, and it's really exciting to be able to find them, collect them, and display them and bring a new life to them. So I pulled the ribbons and little trimmings. There was this one bell set, but the corner was broken off, so I did decide to leave that one piece behind. As I was putting that box away, I noticed this ceramic in the corner of the room. This is an older piece. I've seen it from my eBay searches. It's in okay condition, but I had to pick it up. I'll probably restore it. And then here are the salt and pepper shakers that I spotted in the estate sales listing. We've got your classic snowmen and your Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So of course I'm going to pick those up. These caught my eyes too. These little snowmen I thought were really cute. They're probably a hobbyist piece painted at a ceramic shop. But yeah, there's a great little collection of ceramics here. I thought these bunnies were really cute. And then I came across this set of I guess they were calling them Americana series. I don't know exactly what these were. They were $2 each, and I haven't researched them, but they were really cool. If you guys know what they are, leave a comment. I'd love to learn. But they were really cool. I didn't pick any of them up. And there were even more ceramics on this table, like these little bunnies. They weren't marked by any maker, but they did remind me of a Lefton or a Napco. I have quite a few, and I don't resell Easter too much, so I left them behind. Some vintage plush, which was really cool to see, and then there was a whole room with vintage toys. This doll is really cool. I know I picked it up to look closer at the little badge he was wearing, but I don't know who he is, and he was $25, so probably pretty collectible. I thought this Donald Duck roly-poly was really cool, and all these toys were probably from the 50s through the 70s, just really cool things. I picked up this little soldier guy because he reminded me a bit of a knee hugger, just in the materials and the look of him. Obviously he's not a knee hugger, but I thought he might be fun for a Christmas display, but I controlled myself and left him. And then I did spot these Hot Wheels. Now, these were really cool sets. They were $10 for each set, which I'm sure is a score and a half. If Janine was with me, I'm sure she would have looked at these and maybe even picked them up. I wasn't too sure myself if there was value in them. I did look at the cases, and I believe they were both marked 1980, so there were definitely some older ones in here, maybe even ones from the 70s, but I did leave both behind. So this was the second estate sale of the weekend, and it was this beautiful ranch. I was number 14 in line, I believe, but there weren't a ton of people, so I did get to the Christmas first. I wasn't able to film right away. I needed both hands, didn't have my GoPro, but you guys are going to have to stick around and see what I got. I did manage to capture this beautiful tree topper. This is a glass tree topper made in West Germany, I believe. It is pink and gorgeous. There's also some wrapping paper that I took a look at, but it wasn't as old as, something from the mid-century, so I didn't pick any of them up. There was a ceramic Christmas tree for $40. I left that behind, but look at this bar. Guys, I'm going to show you guys the kitchen, and it's incredible. The furnishings, the tile, the architecture in this house was just amazing. There were some ceramics here. I picked up a few that you'll have to see at the end. And this tinsel was really cute. I love the packaging, but I left it behind mainly because I wouldn't keep it and I didn't feel like reselling it because of the size of it. I know, but I left behind for somebody else. This kitchen was in the basement, funnily enough, but it was really cool. Definitely the mid-century kitchen of my dreams. And when I look at kitchens at estate sales, I'm mainly looking for stuff like this. Birthday supplies, napkins, plates that may have a vintage graphic on it, be it Halloween, Christmas. I didn't really come across any of that here, but I did come across some tablecloths. They were nicely folded, very neatly put away. I spotted this Christmas one and I pulled that one out, but I wanted to take a look at the floral ones too. When I'm looking at tablecloths, you guys know us, we are always looking at the holiday stuff. That's our main niche for sure. But I really fell in love with this red and blue one. I picked that one up for ourselves for personal use, and I left the other ones behind, but just a really nice collection of vintage textiles for sure. I did pick up this new old stock set of plastic cutlery, which is really cool. And then in the basement, I came across this chest that was labeled greeting cards. So I was very excited. I thought I hit the jackpot, but most of the cards that were in this were newer from the 80s or 90s, but I did come across some fun things like this Highlighters magazine, which I think was from the 90s, but brought back some memories. And this gift wrap, this is definitely older, probably from the 70s, maybe late 60s. So I did grab that, just cannot resist those graphics. I took some time though looking through the rest of the chest, and I was hopeful to find some vintage greeting cards from the 50s and 60s. They are very collectible on their own, whether they are birthday or Halloween. Those are really collectible. Christmas. As long as they have a cute graphic on the front, they are pretty resellable. I mean, nothing crazy, but you can get upwards of $10 on a really cute Christmas card. So I did take time looking here. I found a really cute cat one, maybe from the late 70s. And I decided to pick that one up. But guys, I wanted to show you and actually had to show you these amazing pieces of furniture in this home. Some of the best that I've actually seen at an estate sale. I mean, look at that. Imagine having that. I wish we could pick that up, but we have nowhere to put it. I would love to have it. It was so cool. And there were just some different tchotchkes here. Nothing that I picked up. Look at that clock though. And I wanted to show you guys the living room, which just like super, like I could just imagine this like back in the day. Like it looks untouched, especially with that like peacock fireplace brass piece and these kitchen seats. Oh my goodness. Okay, I wish I had captured them a bit better, but see that tile? It's like floral and the chairs are swivelly and it was so great. It was so fantastic, and I took some pictures just to show this amazing kitchen, and I do hope this does get saved and that it doesn't get destroyed. Hey guys, so like I said in the beginning of this video, it has been quite a while since I scored at an estate sale. And I think I did pretty well for myself. At the first estate sale I went to, I got quite a lot of stuff. I'm going to show you guys now, and I spent $60 for everything at that first estate sale. At the second estate sale, with all that amazing retro furniture, I think I spent $70 in total, but I got a pretty good pickup, which I'll show you guys. But here's the entire haul, both sales included.
Oh my goodness,
What do you think, Janine? It's pretty good, right?
This is great. This is one of, I'd say, the bigger hauls you've had this year.
I'll show you guys some of my favorite pieces. The stuff towards the left is mostly that first estate sale run by the family. I could not believe that there were knee huggers there, hiding in the trees. I mean, look at them.
Oh, so cute.
I've never come across this Jingle Bell version either, but most of them have their little Made in Japan stickers. These are, you know, in themselves, $20-ish, give or take. They're so cute. I did pick up the pumpkin pail that I saw in the listing. I did show Janine.
Yes, no pumpkin left behind.
No pumpkin left behind. We were so excited to pick up that pail because it is new to our collection. We have never seen it before. And I was really surprised at this first estate sale too to find all these die cuts. This was the oldest of the bunch, this amazing Halloween cat. This is made in USA, probably from the 50s, and he still has his ears, which is great because the one we have, its ears are broken off, which is common. I also picked up these Halloween die cuts, which are a little bit newer, probably from the 70s.
Wow, look at him.
There is this amazing scarecrow skeleton, probably from the 70s. He also has this bendable arms and legs. A classic jack-o'-lantern. This is probably from the 60s or 70s, probably the 70s as well.
He's fun.
Super fun articulated jack-o'-lantern, also from the 70s. He may be a little faded, but that orange is popping still, which is great.
Wow, this one is so cool, Laura.
So amazing. Only $3. This is an older Christmas die cut. These are harder to find, and you can still see it was originally 22 cents.
That's amazing. He's so cool. Oh my goodness.
Look at that face.
That might be my favorite Santa die cut I've ever seen.
Yeah, die cuts for Christmas really got popular in the 70s, so you'll find the 70s die cuts a lot more than you would something like this, which is probably from the 60s, maybe late 50s, so this is a really fantastic find. I did pick up probably about 20 smaller ornaments. These are in beautiful condition. They have this fake snow glittery looking stuff, which is called mica. We actually did a video on how to identify vintage Christmas ornaments, which I'll link above for you guys if you're interested. Just picking up on some clues here, we know that these are probably from right after the war, so probably early 50s. They are fantastic.
Very beautiful.
Look at that one.
Wow.
I don't normally pick up ornaments, but these were on the smaller side, which I really do love. I may resell a good amount of them and some of the stuff behind me too. So if you guys aren't following us on Whatnot, we do a lot of live sales over there, especially as we're getting closer to the Christmas season. So if you're interested in any vintage Christmas scores, make sure you're following us over there. I was so surprised to find a paper mache snowman. Right? Look at this, Janine.
That is amazing. Have you ever found one before?
I've never come across a paper mache
Goodness.
in the wild. So this guy is definitely older, from the
Wow.
50s. He's in pretty good condition too.
Were these candy containers like the Rosbros and stuff? Were the paper mache?
Yeah, a lot of paper mache bunnies for Easter were candy containers. I don't know if they put candy in these like up there. I know some of the Santas have sacks, which were candy containers. These might have just been decorations. I can't believe too, the ceramic. So the condition is not that great, but this is a harder to find one. I've seen it on eBay in my searches.
What is it?
It's like a bell, I believe. It hangs and there's little hanging pieces.
Oh wow, he's holding a little package?
Yeah, his little feet are like a bell and he comes with a stand. So I might refurbish him. I might try to repaint him because he's only $2. And I mean, once I lotted everything up together, I paid $60 for everything, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think you did a great
also
job.
considering, Janine, remember that ceramic? I was like, I know what this is. I think it's a good ceramic.
Yes.
Let me show you. Part of the reason why I went so early, and I went to that sale like 6:50 in the morning, was for this piece. I thought there were going to be other people outside like waiting for her. She is a Lefton, and I do believe she has a mark on her.
Wow. Yeah, left in, and it says 1957.
Really hard to
Wow.
find. Very collectible piece if you guys are familiar. This is probably a $100 50 plus ceramic.
That's amazing.
Guys, oh my gosh, like I'm a ceramic collector. This I think has to stay in the collection for a little bit. She's in pretty great condition.
No repairs, right?
No repairs, some flaking, but she's got her reindeer with the original cords.
That's amazing.
I could not believe it. It was fantastic.
I honestly couldn't believe that you knew what it was from that
from the
picture.
picture, I knew right away. So yeah, I was fantastic, and it just goes to show you, like, I just went to that sale early. I didn't know if there was going to be people, but the family let me in right in, and I was out of the house before the sale even was supposed to start. So I got very lucky. I'm very thankful and very excited to add her to the collection. I also picked up, I believe it's a Rubens planter. I don't think it has a maker on it. It might have come off the sticker, or maybe a Lefton, but I thought she was so cute, so I picked her up.
Adorable.
Yeah, harder to find too with the little pony. And then I was so excited, I almost missed these inflatable bunny rabbits from the 70s. I don't know if they blow up and hold their air, but I mean, fantastic. I've been on the lookout for these. I've almost bought them on eBay a few times, so I was excited to find two at that sale. I got Janine, Georgie, and the Robbers. And there was a little Santa mug, a Rosbro candy container, snowman with the pipe on.
The pipe, which is so hard to find.
Fantastic condition. Wow, 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 wow. So that was fantastic. And then at the second sale, I spent $70, but the majority of that was for this tin Santa, probably from the 40s. He was marked 40, but I was able to get him for 30, and he is, yeah, if you could hold him for me, actually.
Oh, sure.
He is fantastic. He is a flocked Santa doll. I mean, great condition. And he's sitting on a tin base made in Japan, I believe. There is a mark somewhere.
Right there.
Yeah. So,
Do you put batteries in
yes,
this?
he does take a specific set of batteries. And what he probably does, Janine.
Oh, wow, there's instructions.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice. Wow. I mean, really great condition, I'd have to say. If anything, there's some fading on the pipe cleaners of the toys that he's holding. But if you also flip him back around, Janine, you'll see on his eyes probably flash, which is incredible. And he probably rings this bell. His arm probably moves. So we might have to have Janine, the engineer, the electrician, come on the site and get him to work. But I thought 30 was pretty good. Honestly, I don't know too much about the tin ones, but
This is so cool. I love his little boots.
great condition,
Little
right?
vinyl boots, and the bottoms are yellow.
So I paid 30 for him. And then moving on, I got a Harold Gale, my very first from the wild. I almost bought one this past year, but I held out hoping that I'd find one, and I did.
What's Harold Gale for people who don't know?
Good question, Janine. So for people who don't know, Harold Gale was a company that made these Santa dolls, and they have a pretty iconic look to them. And they were also the manufacturer who made big versions of this Santa for store displays back in the mid-century. So you would have a 5-foot Santa holding a 7-Up bottle. But it's just a company that made Santa dolls back in the day. And he's in great condition, right?
Is his face plastic or is it paper mache?
This one I believe is plastic. I think they're all plastic actually. But he's got a great little beard.
Wow. He is cute.
I know, I think I'm gonna have to keep him. I know,
He's
so
got
cute.
real Santa belly.
Yeah. What else did we pick up? We picked up some of these icicles at the estate sale. I thought they were really cute. And also these shakers. I don't think I paid, what I did was everything that wasn't the Tin Santa I paid $40 for, and then he gave me the Tin Santa for $30. So I think I did pretty good. These are like atomic ornaments, and even a set of like 5 like this can sell for like $35 to $40. So right there we've made some of our money back. Also, this amazing tree topper I want to show you guys. Janine, why don't you open this tree topper?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that pretty?
I love tree toppers.
We have a collection.
We have a little collection of tree toppers.
Wow.
Some little dust on it. Let me take that off.
It's got a double indent on both of those like balls. It's not broken. It's probably about 12 inches tall. Made in West Germany, so probably from, right, West Germany would be after the war.
Wow.
So very nice piece. Something to definitely watch
So
out
pretty.
for if you are collectors or resellers, but
Gorgeous.
it is gorgeous. I love the stars and like the shooting stars on it.
Yeah. And even you can tell like it's older and it's actually a little dirty, but like it's still so beautiful and it's shining and so beautiful.
Yep, it's got a little bit of that vintage patina, but you know it's also nice, like the glitter hasn't gone like black like it sometimes does.
And it's on there. It
It's
hasn't
pretty
fallen
shiny.
off.
Yeah. So altogether I spent about $130 on everything, but when you consider that that ceramic is worth $150 in itself, and you also pair in the fact that we are collectors, I think we did really well for,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Great
we're not in
job.
it for reselling, but it's nice to know that like we got a good deal, or I got a good deal. I'm just very happy, and I'm hoping that there are a little bit more estate sales throughout the end of the year, because this is where I was saying earlier, I think we find some of our best things in this area. It seems like estate sales are the place to go if you come across a good one. So let us know, guys, which one of these was your favorite out of what I picked up today. Some of this will be available for sale over on Whatnot, so make sure you're following us over there. But yeah, what do you think, Janine?
How'd I do? Did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy that you got your little Santa,
Little Santa.
and your little bunnies and your ceramic, and you did a great job.
Thanks, Janine.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.